In programming, the Model View Controller, or MVC, pattern is a way to organize your code into separate parts that each has a specific responsibility. The model is responsible for managing the data and the logic of your application. In other words, it's the brains of the application. For example, if you were building a shopping cart application, the model would be responsible for keeping track of what items are in the cart, calculating the total cost, and making sure the items are removed when the user checks out. The controller is responsible for controlling the flow of the application. That basically means it receives input from the user or other parts of the application, and then it decides what to do with that. For example, if you were building a calculator, the controller would receive input from the user about what button they pressed, and it would then use the model to perform the necessary calculations before presenting the final result to the user. You can consider that together the model and the controller are effectively the back end of the application, which is responsible for managing the data and the logic. The view, on the other hand, is actually responsible for displaying that data to the user. It's the front end of the application. For example, if you were building a weather application, the view would be responsible for showing the current temperature and the weather conditions outside. The view is most commonly built in HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. It can also be created using JavaScript frameworks and libraries. In summary, the model and controller are responsible for the data and the logic of the application, whilst the view is responsible for presenting data to the user. By developers separating out these responsibilities in their code, it makes their applications much easier to manage and maintain moving forward.